All right, you guys. So I thought that I would try my hand at doing some vlogging. This is going to be something that's going to be a little bit more common on my channel, at least for a while, because I am going through, as I've been going through for the past year, a little bit of a transformation. There's a lot of things that I want to change about the way that I produce content, and I'm doing a lot of development and stuff right now. So for a while, you guys are going to be getting videos like this where I just talk off the cuff. I wanted to start doing a thing where I walk around and travel and move around and also talk about shit that y'all want me to talk about. And I've been really wanting to make a video about Elon Musk and charging for verification. So that's what we're gonna be talking about in this video. But I'm also on my way to the brewery art walk. So verification on Twitter, to me, is a really interesting thing because I was initially verified back when I used to write for Huffington Post. And I remember back then, that's what it was all about, making sure that the people who are publishing things online, who also have Twitter accounts, are actually who they say they are. I know for a lot of people, they look at people with blue check marks and they're like, oh, this person, they think that they're better than us. They think all these different things. Like, blue check mark has become synonymous with being a person who is important, being a person who is valued, being a person who is like a celebrity, right? And there's a lot of people who really want to feel that way, especially on Twitter. And so they want for their profile to be verified so that they can feel special, because that's how it factors in to their life. They probably haven't yet been in a situation where they're being impersonated in that way, to that degree, to where it would really benefit them to have a verified profile. I think we've lost sight of what verification actually is. It's interesting to me to observe the different ways in which the connotations around verification have switched, because for me, verification was just verifying that you are who you say you are. But obviously, it's become this thing where, you know, if you're a blue check mark, you get all of these different connotations attached to you. And that's not really how it started. It has always been about just verifying that you are who you say you are. So I find it to be an interesting concept, this idea of charging people to maintain a verification, because no other website really does that. Now, initially, Elon said that this would be a $20 thing. Now, apparently, it's an $8 thing. And I've got a lot of thoughts on that, but I'm gonna go check out some art before I give you them. So for those of you guys who don't know, the brewery is actually a old brewery that has been converted into artist lofts. And I used to come down here when I was a teenager and work with an artist down here. And while those memories are quite mixed, it's always been a magical place for me. So it's cool to be here and sort of be around it. But I'm about to check out some art, but I wanna find a drink first. So that's what I'm gonna do. All right, so I'm waiting for some food, so I figured I would continue the conversation. So first and foremost, I'm not a fan of Twitter. If you follow my side channel, you know that I've already been working to deprioritize Twitter in terms of how often I'm on it. I didn't notice how long I was on it until I had a recent update on my phone that kind of required that I pay attention to how long I'm on there. I found myself trying to extend the amount of hours I was allowed to be on there. Initially, it was like an hour because I thought, oh, I'm probably not on Twitter for more than an hour a day. And then I found myself wanting to extend it and extend it and extend it. And I got up to about 4 hours before I turned it off. And when I really thought of it, I realized I should not be on Twitter for 4 hours a day. And of course, what was my experience with Twitter? Yeah, I would say a couple funny things, but it was mostly shit that pissed me off. It was mostly shit that upset me. And there have been several situations where there's a topic that's really particularly upsetting to me, or even just a topic I don't care about. I've told Twitter so many times that I don't give a fuck about D&D. I support D&D. Some of my best friends are D&D, but I just don't care about all of this shit. And they just always show it to me. There's certain people that I don't really care about hearing about. I'm so tired of hearing about J.K. Rowling. I'm so tired of hearing about various other obviously annoying people who want to do and say hateful things. I don't really need to be reminded every single time someone says something fucked up. I don't. It's not important to me. It doesn't bring value to me. So what was my experience with Twitter more often than not? I'm angry. I'm telling it I don't want this. I'm telling it I don't need this. You know what I mean? All of these things that are just negative emotions. And you go on Twitter and most of the tweets are something negative. And it's not like there's not plenty of things to criticize in this world. I'm not saying that we shouldn't be informed. I'm not saying that there shouldn't be criticism, but I'm saying that I don't believe humans are supposed to have all of these conversations happening simultaneously in their minds. I just realized that it wasn't helping me and it was keeping me in this state of anger and frustration. So I stopped using it as much as I used to. And I'm gonna tell you this, my mental health has already definitely improved. I just don't think that humans are supposed to be constantly aware of all of the completely terrible things that are happening around the world that we can't control. I think that it has a way of expediting dread. It has a way of optimizing this feeling of hopelessness. And I don't think that's good for our humanity. So if Elon decides to run Twitter into the ground, I actually think that might be a positive thing for our society. So a lot of people are talking about Elon ruining Twitter with some of these changes, but frankly, I think that's probably going to be for the best. I think if Elon Musk ends up ruining Twitter, that will probably be the best contribution to humanity he's ever made. So anyway, let me get my food. Okay, so I have a light on my phone. Aside from me losing the one item I purchased at the brewery walk, I had a pretty good brewery walk. Okay, I'll be honest, I got high, and then I didn't really know how to handle things in my hands, and then I just left my thing somewhere. But anyway, I just feel like he's making a lot of decisions right now that are gonna lead to Twitter basically becoming less relevant. The thought that I had was that I think what's probably gonna happen is Twitter's gonna go the way of Facebook. Why are you even on Facebook these days? Probably for events. Most of us, if we struggle to delete our Facebook account, it's because we want access to events. And that's truly it. Everything else, not that important. Truly. I think that if they do go in this direction, it's going to destroy Twitter, which if that does happen, I will probably think that is for the best of everything. I do have a Twitter account. I'm going to maintain it. As a creator, I have to do certain things. My Twitter account is indeed going to just be reposts from Instagram and things like that. I'm not walking away from Twitter because I'm so triggered by Elon Musk or whatever. Frankly, Elon Musk is a thin-skinned person who likes to delete people's shit and get them fired for speaking out against him. So I think it's funny that people are acting like he's a champion of free speech. Whatever. Y'all can have it. I don't see Twitter as a positive, and I haven't really seen it as a positive for a very long time. There's a reason why when you hear me reference Twitter, you mostly hear me reference stupid shit I've seen on Twitter. Let's just be real about this for a second. If you can pay for verification, that means that you're gonna be able to have a lot more verified profiles, right? And if verification were simply for proving if someone is a real person, okay, I would get that. Just gonna make it so that people trust Twitter less, I think. And that's just kind of how I think it's gonna end up going. I was already feeling that way, honestly. I started to view Twitter as a less than valuable place to get the correct information. And I've been feeling that way for quite some time. And I'm sure I'm not the only person who feels that way. It's just so easy for misinformation to spread, you know what I mean? It's so easy for people to just say something on Twitter and it just becomes true. And I think that's an issue, but it's an issue that I don't know if Twitter is gonna actually get around to solving, especially with the way that things are going. If it ends up being a situation where it just ruins the website, I honestly think that'll be a good thing. This is how I feel. I am very sweaty, but my makeup looks decent. So I'm walking down to a bar. we'll see if that's a good idea or not. I'm really annoyed that I lost that thing. It was like a really cute magnet that was hand painted. It was really adorable. I've been trying to get more art in my apartment. So I'm really annoyed that I left it, but lesson learned. To be honest with you guys, I learned some very upsetting shit that I'm not gonna get into when I was at the art walk. Things I wish I didn't know. So I know that also threw me off, but I don't know. I think I'll talk about that on Patreon. Anyway, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna have my drink, ignore the information I just learned, and hopefully have a great night. Like I said, I'm gonna do more videos like this because honestly, you guys, I don't like being inside. And I get so much anxiety about sitting down and like setting up to film. And I kind of have this feeling that is like, we may or may not be heading into some times where we can be less free. I want to enjoy my outside time as much as possible. So anyway, I'm gonna go. Talk to y'all later. Bye.